Girl, go ahead. Damn.
They feel good. I should be sleeping like a dog. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we always look real good.
There you go.
How's my shine?
This is a little zipper, and it will dangle as the course of the day goes on.
Do you wear it unzipped sometimes?
You shut up.
And yes, we definitely love football. So after a dozen years, Fox NFL Sunday is ready for a whole new party.
Did you know that we're taking our show on the road?
And I've been brought in to be the new eye candy.
Find out what we'll do next on the one and only Fox NFL Sunday.
To Jacksonville, Florida, and the Ford Pregame Show, an opening weekend around the NFL. The D-line is here. That's what they call the drum corps. The cheerleaders are here. The best that Jacksonville, Florida has to offer. The fans are here. Cowboy fans, Jaguar fans. Off we go. It has been 216 days since the Steelers won the Super Bowl. But today, every team begins the season with a clean slate, and every fan can dream of a championship. Will TL make a difference in Dallas? Will the Seahawks return to the Super Bowl? Who will be this year's dark horse? Maybe the Arizona Cardinals. Over in the AFC, can the Jaguars make a run? Or will the Steelers repeat? Lots of questions. The answers begin today, right here on the NFL on Fox. Oh, one other question for you. Who's that guy in my TV hosting Fox NFL Sunday? Well, evidently, after Rosie O'Donnell took the offer from The View, they settled on me, a different JB. And while we calm down the drums, calm down the crowd, a serious word about the old JB, the guy who used to sit here, one of the classiest, most genuine people in the broadcasting business, a friend to everybody in front of and behind the camera. He will always stay a friend, and we miss him very much. Joining me are the best in the business. This is why we're going to have fun in 2006, because, crowd, these guys are the best at what they do.
Oh,
they're not scared.
Not afraid.
Yeah. They inform, they entertain,
Absolutely.
they say things that make you scratch your head a little bit.
We're real people. We even sweat.
Oh, my, we really sweat.
We really sweat. Good to have you here. I understand you changed shirts 3 times to find out which shirt made you look bigger.
I did.
True?
Well, sitting next to the 3 of you.
I hear you.
What did you do?
Are you nervous? Are you all right?
No, don't let this sweat fool you.
Right.
Later this afternoon, the Cowboys square off with the Jaguars right here in Jacksonville. But right now, let's get all the latest from around the league with our DirecTV Fox News Watch. We begin in Carolina with the Falcons and Panthers. Matt Vasgersian is calling that game. And Matt, Carolina is a popular pick to go to the Super Bowl. But what's the latest on Panthers star wideout Steve Smith? Is he playing today?
Joe, disappointment for fans everywhere, save those in Atlanta. Steve Smith, last year's most electrifying receiver in the league, will not play the opener due to a pair of hamstring tweaks. Now, for Atlanta, Michael Vick, in a couple of losses against Carolina last year, was intercepted 3 times. He was sacked 7 times. We talked to Vick yesterday. He said he's coming off his best camp ever because Mike is back to being Mike. That means look for a lot of improvisational chaos from number 7. Now let's send you to Cleveland and Ron Pitts.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. We're here in Cleveland as the Browns get set for their home opener against the New Orleans Saints and the long-awaited NFL debut of the Heisman Trophy winner, Reggie Bush. He will not start, but he will play. Deuce McAllister will get his first start since the injury last year. And don't forget, it's the Browns celebrating their 60th anniversary. That's it from here. Let's go down to Houston and Kenny Albert.
Thanks, Ron. The Eagles look to bounce back from their 6-10 season. Quarterback Donovan McNabb is healthy following his first career surgery. McNabb told us yesterday the Eagles had a great camp with terrific chemistry. One example, on Monday's off day, McNabb called in all of his backs and receivers, including newly acquired Dante Stallworth. They worked on their routes without any coaches around. McNabb positive, smiling, eager to get going today here in Houston. Now to Detroit and Dick Stockton.
The Seattle Seahawks return to the scene of their Super Bowl loss, facing a Lions team with a new quarterback in John Kitna and a new head coach in Rod Marinelli. And talking with Mike Holmgren, the Seahawks head coach, yesterday, he told us that he'd rather not face a team with a new head coach because of the emotional factors involved. He remembered his first game with the Green Bay Packers very nearly beat a superior Minnesota Vikings team. So Mike Holmgren is wary indeed. And right now, let's send you back to Jacksonville and Joe Buck.
All right, Dick, thank you very much. Man, we're off and rolling, and there's sweat beating off our bodies as we speak. For 5 straight seasons, the team that has lost the Super Bowl has not made the playoffs the following year. So, Jimmy, you're Mike Holmgren, you're the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. How do you prepare your team so that they don't fall into that trap and they get back to the playoffs?
Well, Joe, they won't fall into that trap because Mike has been through this before. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's got the experience. And the other thing is they've got a very talented team in a weak division. You know what happens when you have a successful team is the coaches, they kind of look at the veteran players and they say, well, he's been there, he's done that, we'll let him out of practice today. And they're soft on their veteran players. I think with Mike Holmgren, he will challenge the stars, and that's what you have to do to get back there. And Howie, they've got a chip on their shoulder. They think they should have won that game.
It's not a chip, Jimmy, it's a lumberyard. I think the good news is for the Seattle Seahawks, all the pieces that made them a Super Bowl team for the most part are in place. They had a very good defense that has a chance to be better. Ken Hamlin, they get him back. Julian Peterson, big offseason acquisition. On offense, Sean Alexander, MVP, he's back. Matt Hasselbeck is an elite NFL quarterback. Walter Jones, the best left tackle in football. But if I'm Mike Holmgren, I go on vacation in the offseason, and I think my 27-year-old all-world offensive guard, Steve Hutchinson, is going to be franchised, and I come back and find out not only wasn't he franchised, but Minnesota's got him under an offer sheet that we can't match. I'm blowing a gasket.
He's a guard.
He's important.
He's a guard.
He may be the best guard in football.
Let me tell you something else. Let's not forget just one little small detail here. I do recall Seattle got beat in the Super Bowl. Is that right?
That's right.
I mean, what more inspiration do you need, my friend?
By who?
Of course, by Pittsburgh. Did I not say that? No. I'm sorry, I apologize. But you don't need motivation. Jimmy, if you've got to take them in and beat them up on your stars and everything, you got the wrong people out there.
But history says the losers don't play very well the next year. History.
History.
I'm a historian.
What would you do?
I'm a historian.
What would you do?
Later today, most of you will see the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. T.O. will start. He's about 90% with that injured hamstring, but he says it's showtime. Also, the NFL's oldest rivalry continues as the Bears battle Brett Favre and the Packers. And in Arizona, the 49ers take on Edgerrin James and the Cardinals. That's all later this afternoon. But right now, let's head out to Carolina. Our NFL insider, Jay Glazer, is standing by. Now, Jay, after Thursday night's wimpy flag toss by Dolphins head coach Nick Saban, calling for an instant replay, what has the NFL done to help coaches in the future?
Not so much help coaches, but just help the referees. On Friday, the NFL's head of officiating, Mike Pereira, got on the phone with all 17 NFL referees and said, this is what you're going to do. You're going to have the 2 back judges, the 2 guys under the goalpost. One's going to watch one sideline, the other's going to watch the other sideline right up until the snap. So none of these coaches can try to, that little wimpy flag toss that you just talked about, and try and sneak one in there. They also sent out that same instruction on a videotape yesterday to all the officials around the NFL.
All right, Jay, what are the Cowboys doing? It says in case, but I'm just going to say when the Terrell Owens situation blows up in Dallas.
Well, very wisely, what they've done is taken a page out of the Philadelphia Eagles book. They've had a couple of guys in their front office document every single thing T.O. has done. Pretty much most of the guys in the NFL have just documentation on when they do something very wrong, conduct detrimental to the team. T.O. has a lot more than that. They're taking it a little bit further than that, where they're documenting everything he does, just in case, like you said, in case they have to go to some grievance or arbitration hearing later down the road. They have everything documented.
Changing topic, staying in the division, Jay, it seems like Giants head coach Tom Coughlin, Terry's guy, and wide receiver Plexico Burress are still not on the same page. What's the latest going on there?
Well, they pretty much started off this season the way they ended last year. Remember last year, Joe B., Tom Coughlin fined Burris because he didn't show up to their end-of-the-year meeting. Well, this week there was a miscommunication between the two guys. Burris left the team to go to an ultrasound scan for his baby, and he didn't come back when Coughlin thought he was going to. As a result, Coughlin fined him $8,000. Didn't sit well with Burris. Didn't sit well with a bunch of the teammates as well. Hopefully, Coughlin decides to have a change of heart and rescind that.
Jay, you look meaner and ready for fighting every year. Thanks for your help.
You're just saying that, buddy.
No, you look mean. I'm not kidding. All right, Jimmy.
By the way, my vote was for Star Jones.
Hey,
throw it. Let me see you throw the challenge flag.
I would throw it all the way across. Hey, the only thing to Jay is, listen, the Cowboys don't have to document anything. The media is going to do that for them. You can't throw it. I can throw it.
Okay, all right. We made it through one segment. I'm still here. Let's see what else is coming up on this grand old show.
This Jacksonville party is just getting started. Still ahead on the one and only Ford Fox NFL Sundays.
Popcorn ready.
OTO, say it ain't so. We'll look back at the summer saga between T.O. and the Big Tuna. And speaking of 8-1, how are the Jaguars planning to stop him? Jacksonville head coach Jack Del Rio joins our guys live on the football field to let us know. Plus, for the first time in NFL history, it's brother versus brother at QB. Peyton and Eli square off in New York. And he may have gone second in the draft, but is he the #1 rookie? We'll have more on Reggie Bush and other top rookies in the league. Also, Frank's back to give us the lowdown on this week's picks. That's all next on the one and only Ford Fox NFL Sunday, live from Jacksonville.
With more trucks on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand, there's nothing tougher than Ford F-Series.
Hey, Jack. Dad? That looks like my old truck. Well, now it's your new truck. Wow.
Bold moves. They happen every day.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike you'll feel like you're there.
You mean I'm not there?
You're in your living room, Dan.
Oh.
With Samsung LCD TV, it's not that hard to imagine.
Life takes ambition. Life takes luck. It takes determination. It takes confidence, respect, and talent. Life takes joy and spontaneity. It also takes a little help. That's where we come in. So go on, live life, and remember that no matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
Better health. Sometimes it's in the genes, but as often as not, it's connected to the quality of the information you have at hand. And that's what makes WebMD America's most trusted health information source. It's a place where people find information they could never get their hands on before, where doctors discover new and better ways to care for their patients. A place where everyone can make the connection between better information and better health. WebMD.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike, it's like you're at the game.
I love the smell of a grass field.
That's your lawn, Troy. With Samsung DLP, it's not that hard to imagine.
It's the one and only Ford Fox NFL Sunday, sponsored by Ford F-Series. Where there's an F-Series, expect bold moves. Built Ford tough. By WebMD, better information, better health. By DirecTV, there's good TV, there's better TV, and then there's DirecTV. And by State Farm, great service and great rates. You can get it all from State Farm.
Okay, this is our first of the year. Our State Farm covers the field segment. Later on in the show, we'll have more, obviously, about Terrell Owens and Bill Parcells. But right now, I'll ask you. You're the head coach on the other side trying to play against Terrell Owens. What do you concoct to try to slow him down?
Joe, let's talk to someone that really knows. That would be? Well, one of my favorite players of all time, someone who took Jacksonville to the second-best record in the entire NFL, 12-4, beat both Pittsburgh and Seattle. Here, head coach Jack Del Rio. Give it up. There he is.
Good to see you, Coach, I've been there. Good to see you. Hey, Jack.
Okay, Jack. All this attention to Terrell Owens, obviously an outstanding player.
Right.
What do you do to try to slow him down?
Well, obviously, he's a very talented player. He's one of many players we're going to have to go against. Marvin Harrison, all these kind of guys. We'll mix our coverage. You know, you got to be able to roll some to him. We can't roll to him the whole day. We'll have our opportunities where we're one-on-one out there. We got to play well. I know the biggest thing with him, he's a horse. Yeah. You got to tackle the guy. That's the biggest thing.
You got to tackle it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Jack, you got a lot of young football players. Went 12-4 last year. That's all the good news. You got to coach those young players. It's hard to find good coaches. You brought down Mike Tice, former head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Talk a little bit about what it means to have Mike here. You played with Mike also.
I played with Mike. We go back a ways. Mike has been an excellent addition to our staff. He brings a guy. He's got an offensive background. Had some. As a matter of fact, his offense, he was a part of that where they had the most points in the history of the league. Yeah. I told him if he'd brought me up to Minnesota, we'd still be there. We know how to play defense. But Mike has done a heck of a job here. He brings a presence that we miss, and I really think he's a great addition to our staff.
Yeah. Coach, I want to talk about your quarterback. Here's a guy maligned for what reasons I don't understand, because I think as a head coach and as a quarterback, former quarterback, defensive end, we understand it's all about winning. And this guy has an incredible winning percentage. He doesn't turn the football over. Right. People say his delivery is slow. I find no problem with this guy. You must be thrilled with Byron Leftwich.
We're very excited about Byron Leftwich. He's going through a lot of what you went through earlier in your career in Pittsburgh, where, you know...
Mine was right there. That was my problem.
Byron Leftwich is our quarterback. He's gotten better every year. We think he's poised to have a huge year for us this year, and I love what he's doing, so we're happy to have him.
Come here, Jack. Jack.
The way you play defense, the way he protects the ball, he fits.
Protect the football, obviously, first.
Yeah.
All right, world, here's a head coach who's starting off his season. He's nice enough to come out here on this field with us today. Our first kickoff, getting this thing started on the road. You're a prince of a guy for coming out. Pass the word around to the other head coaches. We want him out here.
Look,
you're a good man. Thank you.
One of the top coaches in this league. Great job.
Jack Del Rio.
He did not have to do it, and he did it for us. Coming up a little later, we will have Frank Caliendo's picks. Right now, enjoy some of the big hits from 2005.
He won't like me.
What a shot.
And he is hammered.
State Farm covers the field. Sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, providing insurance and financial services.
If you want to make your hard-earned dollar go a whole lot farther, get ready. Advance Auto Parts has the low prices guaranteed to save you money. Get ready to save big on select items throughout the store. Now, for a limited time, you can get 10 items for just $10. It's your chance to stock up and save big on all sorts of stuff, from gas treatment to air fresheners. Hey, we know money's tight, so Advance is helping you get more out of your car with our 10 for 10 sale.
We're ready in advance.
Got a taste for great Southwest? You've got to get to Applebee's new Southwest Fiesta, where we've taken Southwest flavor in a fresh direction. Like everybody's new favorite, the Quesadilla Burger. Juicy Angus beef wrapped in a tortilla, smothered in pico de gallo and pepper jack cheese. It's about as far Southwest as a burger can go. The wild new Quesadilla Burger. Another great reason to see all that's new at Applebee's. And to keep the good times rolling, pick up your Fiesta car side to go.
Here at the Chic Shave Lab, we have been testing the new Chic Quattro Titanium in simulated social environments to see if it really is off the easy.
3, 2, 1.
Off the easy, indeed.
New Chic Quattro Titanium stays sharp to give you a close, smooth shave with less irritation than the leading brand. It's the only razor with 4 advanced blades made with titanium.
New Chic Quattro Titanium, the power of 4 meets titanium.
FSN Pro Football Preview is back, delivering the news you need to get ready for kickoff. This week on FSN.
Hello. Coming September
19th on Fox 19.
At Safe Auto, we provide immediate coverage 24/7, and I do mean 7.
He thought he could start a policy only on the weekdays, but with Safe Auto, you can do it on the weekends too.
Minimum coverage you can afford, hours that make sense.
He couldn't believe I faxed his proof of insurance on a Sunday. You know what I told him? No problem.
Do you need affordable minimum coverage? We're standing by 24/7.
Play it safe, Safe Auto.
For more than a decade, they're the ones you turn to at 10 o'clock. The team that reinvented late local news and brought it to prime time. Friends you recognize, experience you trust. Jack Atherton, Tricia Mackey, and First Weather Chief Meteorologist Rich Apuzzo. Fox 19, 10 o'clock news, the most powerful name in primetime news. First, live, local.
We'll break down the Bengals and Chiefs game from Kansas City, and it's the season premiere of Chad's Corner.
Sports Wrap tonight after the 10 o'clock news. Meteorologist Paul Horton on Fox 19 Morning News, weekdays beginning at 4:30.
Frank Caliendo is back for his 4th season here on Fox NFL Sunday. Did you know this? Last year he picked over 65% winners, including 8-1 in the playoffs. And today, well, guess who's back in the studio?
What in the world is going on here? Howie, TB, I get the feeling like I missed some kind of memo. It must have been pretty important. Of course, I'm just kidding. I know the fellas took the show on the road, and I've moved on. I just came back to get my anger management tapes. And you guys have a new host, Joe Buck. Now, it's no secret Terry insisted on someone with the initials JB so it wouldn't have to remember anything new. That hillbilly makes me laugh. But did you know Joe wasn't the only one they auditioned? There was Jack Bauer, and then there was Jan Brady. Anyway, Joe, you got the job, and to start you off right, I've got some advice on how to deal with the guys. Now, sometimes TB will get a little irritable. This means he's hungry, so I wanted you to know where we keep the squirrel jerky. I mean, he could eat this stuff all day. Now, Howie's great to work with, but like any robot, you've got to remember to charge the batteries. Now, it's easy to forget, but try to remember there is a guy at the end of the set. Jimmy Johnson. And from what I understand, Jimmy's having a hard time with the show traveling every week because of the new travel restrictions.
Sir, we're going to have to check the contents of your bag.
Ah, now what's this?
Oh, guys, we got a situation.
Sir, come with me. Don't concern yourself too much with the impersonator guy, Fred Travelina, or whatever his name is. He's way too fat to do an impression of you. However, he can make some picks. This week, he likes the Broncos over the Rams. The Bucks to beat the Ravens. Ooh. The Panthers to top the Falcons. Nice pick right there. And his upset pick, the Bengals over the Chiefs. Okay, now after Frank, it used to be the time when we'd go to Jillian for the weather. But as you know, because of her parole, Jillian can't leave the state and won't be with you guys on the road. Don't worry about her, though. She's landed on her feet. Well, not exactly her feet. Jillian's at Hooters, so she still does get to see Terry every week. Back to you, Joe.
Thank you, real JB.
That ain't a shot. I love Hooters. we go to Hooters all the time, don't we, Jimmy? I don't. No, Jimmy drags me. We went yesterday, Jimmy. You forgot already. I don't say anything.
Coming up, Reggie Bush, Manning versus Manning, and more on Terrell Owens. The party in Jacksonville continues. We'll be right back.
It's just wrong.
These men of steel, forged out of sweat and strife. On an overcast day, the quest began.
We're in our house. Nobody comes into our house. But what if you don't live near your team's house? Then you have to have DirecTV, because it's the only way you get an NFL Sunday ticket and follow your team, no matter where you live. Let's go. Physical on 3. 1, 2, 3. Physical.
Buy NFL Sunday ticket. Get 4 months of our best programming package for free. There's good TV, there's better TV, and then there's DirecTV.
Boog, are you awake?
I am now.
Awesome.
Meet Boog and Elliot. 2 airheads.
Hello, idiot. It's Elliot.
Two party animals.
I come in peace.
Oh! Two unlikely heroes.
The hunters are here.
Hunters? I ain't going out without a fight.
I'm a little lightheaded.
Open season, rated PG. Bros before doze. Also in IMAX 3D. Ford Super Duty, the most capable pickup in America. Bold moves. They happen every day.
Okay, huddle up. Pate, take the mulch. Dad, grab a rake. I'll bring the bags and the petunias. Ready?
It's movie time, boys. Eli, you go popcorn. Butter, no salt. Peyton, you dim the lights. Not too dark, not too bright. I got dibs on the recliner.
Ready? Eggs, skillet, spatula. Ready? Check it to pancakes. Pancakes!
Wear what the pros wear. Go to NFLshop.com for official NFL gear.
The D-line doing their thing here in Jacksonville. Cowboy fans are in love with Jaguar fans. Oh, we're having fun here in Jacksonville. Meanwhile, in Cleveland, the much-anticipated debut of Saints rookie Reggie Bush. According to New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton today, Bush will play running back, wide receiver, and punt returner. Saints fans are already calling Bush the Messiah.
The second choice in the 2006 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Reggie Bush, running back, USC.
Is down to the 5 and scores as he somersaults into the end zone. Breeze gives it to Bush running left. He's trapped. He comes back to the right. He's going to try to outrun him to the corner. He does. Welcome to the NFL. I think he's going to pass the audition.
Well, you see all the talent at SC in college. You see the runs during the preseason. I'll ask you, Jimmy, did Houston blow it by not selecting Reggie Bush #1?
Joe, one word, yes. I mean, yeah, really, this is the most exciting player to come out in the draft. And on top of that, you let him touch the ball 15 times in space, he's going to score touchdowns. Now, not the tough yardage, the touchdowns. That's what wins games. But when you look at this draft about 3 years from now, people are going to say maybe it was the draft of quarterbacks. Vince Young, obviously very talented. Matt Leinart had a great preseason. Looks like he's going to be a great pro. Jay Cutler in Denver. And then Bruce Gradkowski. You know, he is the guy they're all excited about there in Tampa. You know, he's a 6th-round pick from Toledo. A guy, you know, just remember that name.
Well, the ironic thing is, you know, it's feasible that if they hadn't taken Mario Williams with the #1 pick, he might have fallen all the way to #5. If Houston had worked a little bit harder to work a trade possibly, could have gotten more value and still ended up with Mario Williams. I think at the end of the day, this was less about ability and more about money. They wanted a player that could sign before the draft for the right amount of money, and that player was not Reggie Bush.
A huge opening day matchup in the NFC South as we move on. The Atlanta Falcons against the Carolina Panthers. The Falcons collapsed at the end of last year, losing 6 of their last 8. Michael Vick finished the season ranked 25th in the league in passing. However, during the offseason, Atlanta picked up some help on defense. 4-time Pro Bowl safety Lawyer Malloy and 3-time Pro Bowl defensive end John Abraham will boost a unit that ranked 22nd a year ago. Now, for Carolina, their big offseason acquisition was Keyshawn Johnson. He's expected to take some of the pressure off of last year's #1 receiver, Steve Smith. However, Smith did not play in any of Carolina's preseason games because of an injured hamstring and an ingrown toenail. Late word is Steve Smith will not play today. J.C. Pearson joins us now from Carolina with more. J.C., is this the year that Michael Vick finally turns the corner on his career?
Well, Joe, I think he is, but I think the term quarterback has to be used loosely with a guy like Michael Vick. Yes, he's a guy that takes a snap from center, but he told us last night in our meetings that he will never be the prototypical quarterback and that he is done trying to please all the haters out there that want him to be a guy that stands in the pocket. That is not who he is. That's not how he plays, and he told us he can care less what people call him this year. Just judge him on the fact, does he make plays to help his team win? Now let's go back to Jacksonville.
All right, JC, thank you. Howie, you're no hater. But they got it right out of the gate, trying to beat the team they need to beat to win that division. Is Michael Vick the guy to get the Atlanta Falcons to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think he is, because I think they're going to let Michael Vick be Michael Vick. Bill Musgrave's been brought down to work with him. That's worked out really well. Bill Musgrave says this guy sees the field exceptionally well when he sees the field. The problem is he's 6 feet tall, if that. They're going to get him out in space where he does see the coverages. He can make the proper read, which he's very capable of doing. It puts the defense on the edge of their seat. The linebackers, the secondary, the defensive line puts pressure on everyone.
So much for the West Coast offense if you're rolling out, my friend.
Yeah, it's Michael Vick offense.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you look on the other side. This whole NFC South is all about running backs. You got Cadillac Williams down in Tampa. You got Ward Dunn in Atlanta. On Reggie Bush in New Orleans. This whole thing is that it always comes down to quarterbacks. And let me just point out one quick fact in my many hours of preparation this week. One thing I came across, Joe, was this. The two worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL under pressure were Jake Delhomme and Michael Vick. Yeah. There it is. Wow. That's amazing.
I haven't been around very long, but that was a lie.
That is hurries and that is knockdowns. They're the worst.
Later tonight, all eyes will turn to one football family as Peyton Manning and the Colts go to the Meadowlands to take on brother Eli and the Giants. It's the first time in NFL history two brothers will face each other at quarterback, but only one Manning can be the man.
For the Manning family.
A quick check of the numbers, and here's how Peyton and Eli match up after their first 2 years in the league. Last time, Terry, we saw Eli Manning was that shutout against Carolina at the Meadowlands. Did not play well. It's all sitting there for Eli Manning right now with all the weapons on offense, better defense. Is he the guy to get him to the Super Bowl?
But it's all Manning versus Manning. That's what the press has been yiping about. Folks, this is not Cain and Abel. You know, this is brother versus brother. Big brother always wants to beat little brother. And I got to tell you, I like little brother. I love big brother. And the advantage is I had to pick a team, Jimmy, that would go to the Super Bowl. I would say Eli's got a better chance than Peyton based on the type of offense that they run.
What if you had to pick a brother?
Peyton.
Peyton.
That don't make sense. The other thing I said then, doesn't it? Am I going to the Super Bowl?
No, that's all right.
I'm not,
go with it. Still headed your way. Tuna and T.O., can they get along? The D-line, the cheerleaders, the crowd, it's all here. Jaguars, Cowboys later. More of the show coming right after this.
You know, FedEx gave us solutions for all our domestic shipping needs. Maybe we should go international.
Well, FedEx has been in China for over 20 years.
Hey, Bill, put a push pin in China. Bill, it's Russia. That's Greenland, Bill. You have no idea where China is, do you?
Whoa!
FedEx, shipping to over 200 cities in China.
So this DirecTV superfan Tchotchke lets you watch an entire game in 30 minutes? There's no shortcuts in football, Buttercup. Football is hard work. And groin pulls.
Every play in 30 minutes. Shortcuts from Superfan, only on DirecTV.
I was making room for my daughter's swing set. I was playing in the dirt.
I was taking the ponies out for a ride.
When you hit that 250,000-mile mark, you'll remember exactly where you were in a Ford F-Series. Because with more trucks on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand, there's nothing tougher.
Fox Tuesday at 8/7 Central. It's the strangest case House has ever encountered.
Alien DNA? That is impossible.
But the real mystery is beyond belief.
Are those windows locked?
All new House at its new time at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
For years, car dealers have taken people with bad credit to the cleaners. They've hung them out to dry with bad cars and bad loans.
But JD Byrider changed that by introducing good cars for people who need credit. Every car and truck comes with a good-to-go warranty at no extra charge. And we don't rely on outside banks for approval, so you really can drive today. So don't get pressed into the wrong car.
JD to the rescue.
Good cars for people who need credit. That's JD Byrider.
For more than a decade, they're the ones you turn to at 10 o'clock. The team that reinvented late local news and brought it to prime time. Friends you recognize, experience you trust. Jack Atherton, Tricia Mackey, and First Weather Chief Meteorologist Rich Apuzzo. Fox 19, 10 o'clock news, the most powerful name in primetime news. First, live, local. Fox 19 presents the Tube Music Network, 19.2 on your digital tuner, and available on local cable systems. Play football, friends, and win big. Details at fox19.com.
Jackson DeVille, the mascot, here in Jacksonville for the Jaguars. Our crowd is growing by the minute. Later today, here in Jacksonville, Terrell Owens makes his debut for the Dallas Cowboys. What a summer it's been for T.O. and Tuna.
I mean, this is America's team, and I feel right at home. And I'm a star among stars now.
We understand that this signing will open the door for scrutiny.
And I won't let you down.
Because I want to be a cowboy.
Another day, another missed practice for Terrell Owens. T.O. continues doing his own rehab on a sore left hamstring.
I can't really, give in, to the peer pressure, because I think, my health is most important.
Bill Parcells doing his best to avoid any controversy on the matter.
I'm trying to integrate this player into the system. Right now, we can't really proceed exactly the way we would like to proceed.
Coach wants everybody out there on the football field, man. I know what's important for him is for me to be out there, obviously trying to get my timing down and getting in the flow of the offense. And my health is the most important for me, despite what anybody else thinks.
I know the player very well. I just have to give the benefit of the doubt right now. But we need to see something here pretty soon.
I don't want to have any friction with anybody, but I feel like at some time when someone starts to question my heart or, my injury, then it does get under your skin a little bit.
You guys talk about everybody but the guys that are practicing.
T.O. was back on the practice field yesterday, trying to take it a little easy on the hamstring.
I was never pressured to get back on the field, just try to compromise with some people, just to be around the team and get back on there and, just flare it up again.
We need to get them integrated into our offense. And we do need to do that. We're running out of time.
If he wants to see something, he has 10 years of film to go back and look on.
The team has fined Terrell Owens $9,500 for missing a team meeting, a rehabilitation session, and for being late to a team meeting on Friday.
This is just unfortunate. I think everybody has probably overslept, once or twice in their life before. This is nothing intentional, something that happened, and there's nothing I can do about it. I think everybody's trying to make it, into a me versus Bill or Bill versus T.O. I wouldn't say our relationship is, where it needs to be, but I think it's a building process for the both of us.
Jimmy, I've worked with you for 1 week. You are always early. I've worked with Troy Aikman for 4 years. He's always early. He played for you. Would you want Terrell Owens on your team?
Let me answer it this way.
Oh, the pause.
Okay, you look at the teams, they have a window of opportunity. Like when I was in Dallas my third year, we had a good team. We were in the playoffs a couple of years, and we needed a spark, so we traded for the controversial Charles Haley. What did he do? Took us back-to-back Super Bowls, helped us back-to-back Super Bowls. Everybody talks about, chemistry and attitude. That's great. That wins games. But the thing that separates good teams from championship teams is great players. You need great players.
Well, when I think about Terrell Owens, I think of a Toby Keith song that goes something quite like this.
Number one, oh my, me, my, what I do, what I like, what I know, what I think. See,
I just don't get this guy. I never will. I like him. I've interviewed him. Pleasant as all get out. Great talent. But I think, you know, as a football team, as a quarterback, no way would I want a disruptive personality like Terrell Owens on my football team, because I do believe you win championships with team chemistry.
You had great players on those Pittsburgh.
With great character, which means I could trust them.
The problem with drawing the analogy to Charles Haley is you could sit down with Charles Haley and you could reason with Charles Haley. I'm not sure that you can reason with this guy. And he's a product of the 24-hour sports news cycle, I think, and we've been guilty of blowing it out of proportion. Look, Drew Bledsoe's had 2 tours of duties with Bill Parcells and Keyshawn Johnson. Terry Glenn has had 2 tours of duty with Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells is as tough mentally a football coach as there is in the game. If it's not going to work in Dallas, it's not going to work anywhere.
All right, Jacksonville fans, would you want Terrell Owens on your team? That's all I got to say.
There's the answer.
There's your answer. Take it, Joe.
Up next, we'll preview the entire NFL season in our rapid-fire section. Meanwhile, Carolina's defense is getting fired up for opening day.
We don't have nothing to say but that, baby. Let's go. Bring it up. Let's go. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate!
I've lived my whole life on the Gulf Coast, but when Katrina hit, I ended up in Massapequa, New York.
Roseville, Michigan. Dyersburg, Tennessee.
We ended up in Aniana, Alabama. They chartered a bus and drove 300 miles to get us out of there. They told us we weren't going to be comfortable till y'all get comfortable. Turns out Tom's not with the bus company. He's with State Farm.
Just lost everything. Honestly, thank God for Anita. She asked me what I did for a living and found me a job.
Without Cheryl, we would have been on the street. That money helped me to be strong for my children, and I really thank State Farm for that.
Mike made 4 round trips from Oregon to Mississippi to bring us beds and supplies.
All across the country, State Farm agents have helped.
And every day, we continue to help those affected by Katrina.
People say New Orleans was the forgotten city, but I wasn't forgotten.
How would you thank somebody for saving your life and turning it back around again?
I grew up with Star Wars. It's a thrill to watch my kids experience the same thing all over again.
Rediscover. Do or do not.
There is no trap.
The ultimate adventure with your family.
I love the characters.
Darth Vader's just cool.
I am your father.
Impressive.
I just love the music. Dun, 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 dun.
They're timeless.
The Star Wars trilogy is now available on individual DVDs to share with your family. For a limited time only, September 12.
I would love to have a pet Wookiee.
Why would you go and fry green beans? What's next? Holding air hostage?
She's not ready. Are you? Fridays introduces 7 radically different appetizers. For a limited time, just $4 each with any entree.
Coming up in the second half of our doubleheader, I'll be upstairs with Troy Aikman to call the Cowboys and the Jaguars. The DLP Ultimate Picture Cam will be with us to cover the game as well. All right, it's time now for our rapid fire section. The guys don't know which questions they'll be asked. I promise you that. I've verified that. They don't know. And to make sure that you don't know, we gave them to the Jaguars Roar cheerleaders, the lovely Samantha and Tiffany.
Samantha, Tiffany.
Samantha and Tiffany, thank you very much.
Kindergarten
job.
teachers.
Yes.
How about that?
Kindergarten. You can work with Terry.
No, Terry, you can't go back again.
Why not?
To kindergarten.
Oh, I would like to.
All right, here we go. Girls, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Question number 1 for Terry. You have 20 seconds.
Yes.
Now that Terrell Owens is out of Philadelphia, will Donovan McNabb be a top-flight quarterback again?
He got hurt last year. Absolutely. No question about it. Donovan's going to be fine. Absolutely fine. He's happy, Joe, so that makes for...
He's happy. So if Terrell was back, then it's a different deal.
Yeah, I would think so. Based on what we saw last year.
I didn't understand the question.
Okay, well, see if you get this one. We go to Terry. 15 seconds.
Me again?
Yeah. Let's stay in the NFC East. Which team or teams will not make the playoffs?
I have no clue.
Howie?
Obviously.
Pick somebody.
I'm not picking anybody.
What, are you getting scared now?
No, I'm not scared. I don't know. There's 32 teams out there.
Man, Washington.
Yeah,
Washington?
Washington, maybe. Arizona? What?
Howie.
You want to say San Francisco?
They're not in the NFC East.
Howie,
Oh, I
20
didn't know
seconds. Whose side are you on in the ugly holdout by the Patriots wide receiver Deion Branch? His side or the Patriots side?
I don't know whose side I'm on, but, you know, I think that something's going to happen that I don't think the 32 teams in the league want. I think Deion Branch has a good chance of winning this grievance versus the New England Patriots, and I think for that reason, he has a good chance of being traded this week, and it could be out to Seattle.
Hey, Howie, he's under contract. Go to work.
Well, a contract technically means
go to work.
Both sides honor the contract. If they don't like the player, they cut him.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Howie, 15 seconds. Whose comeback is more amazing? Dolphins quarterback Dante Culpepper or Bengals quarterback Carson Palmer?
I think Carson Palmer, because of the time that the injury was sustained. You know, at the end of the season, for him to rush back, I mean, it used to be 2 years, a year and a half for ACL, a year, 7 months. What'll it be, 5 weeks next?
Jimmy, you're up. 20 seconds. You had Dan Marino in Miami. Is Packers quarterback Brett Favre too big for new rookie head coach Mike McCarthy to hold accountable?
I think 2 years ago, he would have been too big. But, you know, people are tired of this retirement talk. They're tired of 29 interceptions. I think right now he's got a free door. He can do whatever he wants to do as far as McCarthy. I mean, as far as Brett Favre, I think people are tired of all his stuff.
All right, we stay with you 15 seconds. Jimmy, of the new head coaches, which one, and there are 10 of them, by the way, across the NFL, which one will have the most success?
Brad Childress.
Brad Childress. Why?
Oh, I just thought so.
That's the only name that popped into your head?
Yeah.
Say he has the most talent to work with.
Well, that's what happens. The teams, you know, it depends a little bit. You know, I thought you did a nice job with the Jets, but they're a terrible team.
If I thought
do you know where he's the head coach?
Glasses, I would think
Minnesota.
that you looked on my shit.
Minnesota.
Caught you off guard.
You did. 10 seconds, Terry. Do you think Steeler?
He thought I didn't know where he coached. Amazing.
10 seconds. Do you think Steeler head coach Bill Cowher is coaching in Pittsburgh next year?
Yes, I do think he's coaching next year, and I think if he doesn't coach in Pittsburgh next year, he will not coach anywhere ever other than Pittsburgh, because there was a 1 year on his contract, and Dan Rooney is a businessman, absolutely loves Bill Cowher, and Bill Cowher will not be going anywhere else for more
Ring the
money.
bell.
Isn't his family living in North Carolina right now?
Yeah.
I don't care where his
Dream
family.
house.
I said coaching again.
Don't you go with your family?
Jimmy, 20 seconds.
I wanted to.
What was Randy Moss talking about when he said it's crazy around the Raiders?
He's talking about his head coach, Art Shell. He said he's walking on eggshells right now. Well, it's about time. And I like Randy Moss, but it's about time he walked on eggshells. Art Shell's trying to instill some discipline with that team. Good luck.
Howie, 10 seconds. Who is your sleeper team this year?
Well, you know, people are going to say Arizona. I think they're still trying to figure out who their offensive line is. I think it's the Minnesota Vikings. Burke, Hutchinson, the big acquisition from Seattle, McKinney at left tackle. They're strong up front on both sides of the ball.
All right, this is to the group. 20 seconds. Everybody pick someone, some team to win the Super Bowl. Terry.
Seattle.
Ooh, I like that pick. I'm going to go Carolina.
Carolina.
I was going to pick Carolina.
Well, go ahead.
I saw it on your notes.
Oh, he stole. You cheat. I knew you cheated in college. You cheated on the win.
You looked at my notes, Carolina. I'll take Carolina.
You want a lot.
Do I get a pick?
Go ahead, Joe.
Do I get a pick?
Yeah.
Dallas.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Hey, see, the T.O. question comes up. T.O.
No wonder you stayed out of
I think it was a great sign.
Yeah,
from our rapid fire to our game sites.
You said
time now for our 2-minute drill, which begins with the Falcons and Panthers in Carolina. J.C. Pearson joins us again. J.C., what's the latest?
Well, thanks, Joe. The story here in Carolina, obviously, is that Steve Smith, the all-everything wide receiver, is out today with that hamstring injury. So that means the Panthers have to emphasize the run even more today with Deshaun Foster, who for the first time in his career comes into the season as a starter. He will get a lot of touches. That's why Deshaun Foster is my fantasy pick. Now let's go to Terry Donahue in Cleveland.
Thanks, JC. There's good news here in Cleveland for Browns fans. Safety Brian Russell has been given the medical green light to play today. That's important because he makes all of the calls and the adjustments in the Browns secondary. My fantasy pick today, Reuben Drones. I love this guy. Big, strong, tough, underrated. He's going to have a big day. Baldy, now to you in Houston.
Thank you, Terry. All right, Terry, thank you. Here in Houston, new head coach of the Texans, Gary Kubiak, has picked up Ron Dayne, former Heisman Trophy winner and former Bronco, to be on their team. But he is inactive today for the Philadelphia Eagles. They're very happy because they get a healthy Brian Westbrook back in the lineup. He missed the last 4 preseason games, and he is clearly my pick, my fantasy pick here this afternoon. That's the story here in Houston. Let's go to Moose Johnson standing by in Detroit.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Good news for the Detroit Lions. Rex Tucker and Shaun Rogers, who missed the entire preseason, are in the lineup today. But some bad news at the left guard. Ross Verba's down. Rick DeMulling will get the start there. For the Seahawks, Leroy Hill is out at outside linebacker. D.D. Lewis will take his spot. There's a new regime here in the Detroit area, and they're going to play with tremendous excitement. It'll be critical for Seattle to match that emotion at the start of this game. I'm going to go with Matt Hasselbeck is my fantasy league player. I think he's going to exercise some demons from Ford Field that he had in Super Bowl XL. Back to you guys.
All right, Moose, thank you very much. Down on our field, we get ready to send it away. Very important to welcome in the 5th member of this group. Kurt Menefee will handle halftimes in the studio hosting role during October. Kurt,
good luck. God bless you. Good luck, buddy.
Joe says he has to go do the game, so I get $2 an hour and anything I want out of the fridge.
That's it. Who's your Super Bowl pick?
Ooh. See, the problem is I want to go with Carolina, but you guys took Carolina. So I'm going to say Jacksonville. I know how to play the crowd already, all right?
How about that? You are no good.
There you go.
You are no good. That's Jackson DeVille right there. That's it. I get to go call the Cowboys and Jaguars, baby.
All right, go to work. Give it
Chris
up.
Rose will be in the Los Angeles studio with highlights all day long. Here, early games are next, and we'll come back and talk more about Dallas and Jacksonville after this.
Go, Joe. Go. Go, Joe.
Ford Super Duty, the most capable pickup in America. Bold moves, they happen every day.
If you want to make your hard-earned dollar go a whole lot farther, get ready. Advance Auto Parts has the low prices guaranteed to save you money. Get ready to save big on select items throughout the store. Now, for a limited time, you can get 10 items for just $10. It's your chance to stock up and save big on all sorts of stuff, from gas treatment to air fresheners. Hey, we know money's tight, so Advance is helping you get more out of your car with our 10 for 10 sale.
We're ready in advance.
She is the team mom, mother of 53 boys. Big boys. That's why she's big on Campbell's Chunky. Campbell's Chunky. Hearty meals packed with big chunks of beef, chicken, or sausage. Savory soups and chili to feed an NFL-sized hunger. Team Mom, we salute you. Campbell's Chunky. Meals that fill you up right.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking. It was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton, that was a big moment for me.
Tonight at 8, Fox rewrites history with the 4 Fathers of Comedy. On the Simpsons season premiere, someone's getting a dirt nap.
Dirt nap, eh?
Then at 8:30, American Dad is back to protect the homeland.
I hope this is sweat.
2 season premieres starting at 8, 7 Central tonight on Fox.
The 2005 NFL season never really materialized for the New Orleans Saints. The fury of Hurricane Katrina left the Gulf Coast in shambles and transformed the Saints into the NFL's homeless. Lost somewhere between San Antonio and Baton Rouge was a star running back and a head coach. But hope has returned to the Saints in 2006, inspired largely by the addition of college football's most electrifying player. Today, Heisman Trophy winner Reggie Bush makes his NFL debut as the New Orleans Saints take on the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are celebrating 60 years of football, and we're celebrating the start of the 2006 season. The Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints, and it's right here on Fox. And welcome to the broadcast booth, everyone. Ron Pitts along with the coach, Terry Donahue. And, Coach, we talk about the New Orleans Saints. The city obviously still recovering from the effects of Hurricane Katrina. You look at the Saints, they've made a lot of changes. They've brought in a new coach, head coach Sean Payton, a new quarterback in Drew Brees, and, of course, the Heisman Trophy winner, Reggie Bush.
Well, Ron, everybody that loves football wants to see Reggie Bush in his opening game here in the NFL.
Yep.
There's no question about it. This guy has had a tremendous impact on this organization and on the city of New Orleans already, and he hasn't played in a game yet. But, you know, when you watched him in the preseason, you knew he was special. He had great inside running ability. He could make you miss, but where I really liked him was outside. This guy had a second, maybe even a third gear that very few football players have.
Don't forget, Deuce McAllister is the starter. He will start at running back today, coming back from that injury last year. On the other side of the ball, you look at the Cleveland Browns, and they need to have a better year. They've made some changes, brought in some veterans, especially on defense, but they're going to go with some young people, and they're looking for some young people to come back after injury. The first name that comes to mind for me is Kellen Winslow.
Well, 3 years ago, Kellen Winslow was the best player in the draft. He comes into the NFL, his first year breaks his leg. Second year has a motorcycle accident, doesn't play. Browns fans have waited 3 years to see this guy, and now finally today they're going to get a chance to. He is a terrific talent. You can play him at tight end, put him out at wide receiver, motion him out of the backfield. This guy is going to be a great target for Charlie Fry.
Opening day kickoff coming up next. The Browns and the Saints.
You're watching Fox Sports, broadcasting in HD and presented by DirecTV.
Did you know MI has more new home designs than ever, in more great communities than ever? More rooms, more details. Go to mihomes.com and click the Did You Know button.
Home is a two-letter word, M-I.
Now you know.
Nobody knows primetime news like Fox 19. Nobody's done it longer. Nobody does it better. Fox 19, 10 o'clock news. The most powerful name in primetime news. First, live, local.
Time for the Riverbend Music Center concert calendar update, keeping you in tune with this season's sizzling entertainment. Riverbend Music Center presents America's greatest rock and roll band, Aerosmith, and most notorious rock band, Motley Crue, together on stage for one incredible night, October 9th. Get your tickets today at all Ticketmaster outlets, Ticketmaster.com, or charge by phone at 513-562-4949. You're going to love Rockin' on the River at Riverbend, brought to you by your local Chrysler Jeep dealer.
My daughter.
My son.
My daughter, Katie.
Joined the National Guard.
I think she made the right decision. The change was just a complete 180 degrees.
She's a more confident woman. More focused.
More self-reliant.
Kept his room clean. I think that there are some real great opportunities to learn a skill, to get a college education.
The Guard runs from A to Z as far as jobs go. My daughter has given a honorable service to the country.
We supported her 100%. I'm very proud of him.
Find out more about the Guard by visiting 1-800-GO-GUARD.com.
We'll break down the Bengals and Chiefs game from Kansas City, and it's the season premiere of Chad's Corner.
Sports Wrap tonight after the 10 o'clock news.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
All right, let's do this.
93, 94, 95.
Come on, man.
96.
Live NFL. Drink Diet Pepsi.
He popped another one.
Get full from Taco Bell's value menu.
Bruno, what is the holdup? I'm full. Not possible. You are hungry, Bruno. 9 times competitive eating champion. You don't get full.
8 half-pound burrito for warm-up.
Hungry Bruno, fool!
Introducing Taco Bell's half-pound value menu lineup. Now fill up on any of 3 hefty half-pound burritos to keep your stomach and your wallet full. Think outside the bun.
Dell doesn't just keep our business running. Dell keeps it growing. Because Dell technology is easier to scale. But even better, Dell designs it all around our business and where it's going. So they not only deliver the right solution for today, they help us map out a plan for tomorrow.
Dell PowerEdge servers feature the reliability of dual-core Intel Xeon processors. It's your enterprise, so every Dell solution is purely you.
Can't talk now.
He's got
busy. I can't get that. I'm in the zone over here. Hee-haw.
You know how FedEx helped us with all our shipping needs? Overnight, ground, even the heavy stuff. And with fast, reliable deliveries and flexible pickups, I don't think Scott's gotten used to not being so busy.
Work, busy bee!
Grow your business with customized shipping solutions from FedEx.
Live.